The University Tower chimes ring in another session of Ask the Professor, the show on which you match wits with University of Detroit Mercy professors in an unrehearsed session of questions and answers. I'm your host, Matt Mio, and let me introduce to you our panel for today. To my left, waiting patiently to be introduced, it's Professor Beth Oljar.
Good to be here. Thank you, Matt.
You're just kind of like twirling in your chair, like...
Just hanging, just
charmed.
chilling. Yep.
How has the term been treating you at the end of week 2?
So far so good. Classes seem like they're okay. Did my little history of science thing and
Nice.
early modern, and yes, philosophy gave birth to science, but now the development of modern science is raising all of these philosophical questions about knowledge and evidence, and
So
do we look
beautiful.
and see, or do we just believe the church, or so yeah.
I love it. I love it. I've been reading a lot this week about Chat GPT and how it could be the end of writing for human beings, which I hope it isn't, but it's pretty brutal. You'll have to look into that. I got some articles for you.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. I mean, the ability to ask a chat bot like a question and have it respond in sort of a scholarly tone with citation is powerful stuff. So, yeah, got to be careful.
We might be out of a job.
Bite your tongue.
Yeah, well, you won't be.
Oh, no. AI with art right now is huge.
That is true.
Did
That
you
is
do
true.
something for the lyric for Cadillac? Was that? Because I saw an ad for it the other day, and I'm like, that looks like a sweet ride. And then I thought that you had said something about working for them, and I mentioned
go.
it to Drew. So.
There you go.
I did. So,
Oh, that-
They give you an Escalade.
I wish.
That'd be
No, actually, I want the
yeah.
Celestique.
Listen to you. Is everything going to end with a Q in
Well,
Cadillac?
I don't
sooner or
know.
later?
They won't pay me in one of those.
Cadillacs are awesome.
They are beautiful cars. It is one of the first more recent times that I look at a car and I go, I feel like I live in the future, because that car looks like it's from the future.
And
to
it's
me.
not a DeLorean.
And it's not even a DeLorean. That's right.
And it doesn't require a jetpack.
Yeah.
Continuing around the table, Professor Stephen Manning is here with us today, looking quite red.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Nothing wrong with red.
Nothing
wrong with
to
red.
apologize for.
This is
Missed the
burgundy.
memo.
Burgundy.
I know.
That's red.
Correct.
How are things going, Stephen?
Good.
Your 2023 is off to a good start?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, it took a little bit of thinking.
Can't complain.
Hopefully the baked goods today will modify any negativities that came across this week, including the ones, of course, that you brought. Oh, now I'm going to introduce Dave, and he's got a mouthful of Blondie.
Pleasure to be here, as always.
No, I wasn't actually introducing you.
No, now you've done it.
You made those, Stephen?
Yes.
Oh, they're just
They're
absolutely
They're
yummy.
delish.
They're off the
Now
charts.
that I've had to
man.
choke one down.
You may not need dinner tonight if you have
Absolutely.
another one.
But my dinner is this Mexican pizza I found.
You got one of those too? Oh.
Jack's.
All we do, folks.
I don't know.
That's who makes it.
Talk
I
about
found
food.
a recipe for him, so.
Add a little extra taco cheese with taco seasoning on that.
Is it a frozen
Some
thing?
chorizo? Yeah.
Mexican?
Oh,
Okay.
Yum.
Nice.
beat the drive-through.
See, I wasn't going to jump to Dave because I know that Mara is there. I just can't see her. It's like I have to have faith in Mara to be able to see her. And of course, Professor
Wave,
Mara
Mara,
Livezey
wave.
is here on the other end of the bench. Let's say.
Do I exist if you can't see me? I
Yes,
don't know.
I think you do. Actually, I think you do. Impermanence of matter is like step 0 in understanding chemistry. Let's be serious.
Wait a minute, is this like a tree falls in the forest thing, kind of?
Exactly. It's exactly
well,
that.
it does and doesn't make a sound. Depends on how you think about sound,
That's right.
right? If it's just the
True.
movement of air, yes. If you mean sound as heard, experienced by us, no.
Then no. Yeah.
So human-centric of you.
In my
I'm sure
world,
there's
I'm a
some
human.
animals out
That's
there.
right. I'm all for anthropocentrism.
if there isn't a word balloon, it didn't happen.
Oh my gosh. So how's Biochem Lab going, Mara? End of week 2.
Biochem Lab's going great. I'm excited about this group of students. We did a journal club this week, and they were all very engaged,
Wow, that's
asking
great.
a lot of questions, really open to discussion, and I think it's the first time it's worked quite this well, which is exciting.
That's good. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Everybody's got their story from the last couple of years about disengagement, so we're gonna all just gather around that story
Yeah.
and give it a hug for a couple minutes.
Absolutely.
Now we can introduce Professor Dave Chow.
Pleasure to be here with a mouthful of air
always.
as opposed to food. So.
Thanks for bringing the donuts, and thanks to Mara for also bringing the coffee cake, which apparently there's more of.
Yes.
Now I've mentioned all the sweets.
We are going to be sugared up for hours on end. I know it.
Okay, where are we supposed to look for your handiwork when the Super Bowl rolls around in a couple weeks?
I'm not sure just yet. Okay. I've got 4 projects, but I don't know if any of them are going to fly just yet.
Okay.
Rihanna's costume, maybe?
Pardon?
Rihanna's costume?
No. I'm not doing that. I've got a couple of projects.
Kidding.
So. I've drawn. Oh, actually, don't laugh. The last Celestique commercial had her in it that I drew. So I had to draw her.
Well,
She's
Nice.
interesting to draw. Fun reference too. So.
if only you could see Dave right now, listeners. He's
My hands are ringing in glee.
thinking wonderful
Lustily.
thoughts. Yes,
About
exactly.
Rihanna.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
Good eye candy.
Well, we're going to keep an eye out for any babies that have equations written all over them and whatever it takes.
That child.
Professor Heather Hill is here on my right.
Hello.
What's going on?
Well, I'm currently surrounded by baked goods.
It's a good place
And you're
to
also
be.
the only one with a drink too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes, I asked for some coffee, and coffee was provided. So I've had too much coffee today, I think.
That's not a big deal, is it?
Well,
Thank you for clarifying. We assumed it might have been a martini.
I thought it was Irish
Yes.
coffee.
That would have the opposite effect, though. I don't know. That would make you calm instead of jumpy.
Depressants versus stimulants.
I'm okay. I'm fine.
You're good for afternoon coffee, though. That's a big deal. A lot of people, after 2 or 3, it's not happening for them. They're afraid to stay up all night, in other words.
What's up all night? Oh,
I'll probably have a martini later, so
Got it.
I'm up now, but I'll be down later.
Penalties offset.
That's right.
There you go.
replay set of downs.
Both of you, stop fighting.
Oh my gosh. Well, folks, this is a program where you can send us questions regarding anything. You stump the panel, you win a prize. If you don't stump the panel, you win a prize. You can send us the questions in a number of ways. You can email us at atp@udmercy.edu. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram, or listen on your favorite smart speaker by asking it to play Ask the Professor at University of Detroit Mercy. Okie dokie. Little intro here from one of our favorite question senders. You're going to find this weirdly coincidental, says Kimberly Richards, longtime question sender.
Hey, Kimberly.
As you know, I download the podcast to my trusty but aging Sansa MP3 player and binge listen while I charge my electric vehicle. I also print out the Sunday crossword from the LA Times and work on those when I'm sitting. This afternoon while charging, I was listening to the show, and the question said about famous dog owners. As you'll recall, one was Asta, whose on-screen owners were Nick and Nora Charles. About 10 minutes after that question, the crossword puzzle clue was Thin Man Canine. And I laughed out loud at the juxtaposition. So, best wishes to the entire panel for a happy new year.
We're going to need it.
Thank you.
Kimberly also has periodically changes. Maybe I'm just getting old, Kimberly, so I apologize if it's been that way forever. The most hilarious email signature, important notice. The entire physical universe, including this email address, may one day collapse into an infinitesimally small space. Should another universe subsequently reemerge, the existence of this email address in that universe cannot be guaranteed. Covered
Wow.
all the bases.
Somebody who understands how possible worlds work.
Exactly.
Man,
Everybody's getting into the multiverse.
we
these
need a
days,
J.J.
you know?
Abrams shot with this one.
Absolutely. Okay, here we go. This is a quickie to Kimberly that just came to mind when I was listening to the 80s channel from KRKE in Albuquerque. Well, it's become commonplace since the 90s for artists and groups to name their albums after a lyric from a song on the same. It occurred to me that this has happened several times before that decade, with the album title derived most often from a song that was a hit single. You're going to be given the group or performer and have to come up with the titles of both the album and the song that on the same that title came from. All the songs charted on the Billboard Hot 100 as singles, so none are older than 1989. Bonus points if you can quote the entire lyric to put the title phrase in context. These are more or less in a semi-chronological order starting with 1966. Thank you, Kimberly. Some will be more obvious than others.
Okay.
I'm going to put
Year
that
of
at the
my
top of my
birth.
next problem set. Some of these questions will be more obvious than others. Okay. What is it for Simon and Garfunkel? 1966. So we're looking for the lyric from the song from the album that became the album title. This is tough.
Parsley, sage, rosemary.
That is
thyme.
exactly
That's what I
correct.
was thinking. Yes.
Excellent. Excellent. From Scarborough
Scarborough
Fair.
Fair.
Yep, that's right. Are you going to Scarborough Fair? Beautiful. Oh, gosh, we should just rest on our laurels.
That's it. We're done. Good night.
Oh,
in the-
Laurel
it was
is a
in
good
the-
place to rest.
Then The Graduate, too.
Yes, that's right.
Yep.
That's right. Moving to
Such a
1969,
great
and
movie.
you know, Kimberly didn't specifically say that I should bring up the year, but I want to do my best to keep you all in line here.
In line.
So 1969, Creedence Clearwater Revival. Think album title.
Moon rising, something.
Bad Moon Rising.
Bad Moon
Bad Moon
Rising,
Rising?
Green River. It wasn't Green River, it was,
Run through the jungle.
Not Rouge River.
I do have the lyric. I won't sing it, but I will read it with the missing piece, and maybe you can get it that way.
Yeah.
Down on the corner, out in the street, blank are playing.
Billy and the. It's not Poor
Billy
Boys.
and the Poor
is it?
Boys? Yeah,
Poor
yeah.
Boys. Poor
Yeah.
Boys, that's right.
Yeah.
Very good.
And
Bring a
I'm
nickel,
gonna
tap your
head
feet.
on the street.
So that's Down on the Corner. Very good.
Nice.
From Willie and the Poor Boys. Moving on to 1977, our good friend Elvis Costello. What do you think about that?
My Aim is
It's
True.
Oh my gosh. This is
Again, good night. We're going home.
absolutely
All
incredible. Do
right.
you remember the name of the tune?
Allison.
Allison.
It's Allison, that's right.
Great song.
Yeah, very, very good. Allison, I know the world is killing you. Oh, Allison, my aim is true.
No, the
Oh,
world
incredible.
is. can't
He's still out there
compare.
touring, too.
Oh, he's great.
He's
Love
married to
Elvis.
Diana Krall.
Yes.
Yes,
right.
also
Yeah, she's also got a new
wonderful.
song out,
She's
too.
awesome.
I'm sorry.
They met on the set. I believe they met on the set of that movie about Cole Porter.
It wasn't Anything Goes or anything.
No,
Red Hot and Blue. No, that was an album they made.
DeLovely.
Oh,
There you go.
Anyway, that was kind of random.
No,
Please
not
proceed.
random at all. I was just about to, as I always do, remember The Simpsons when Elvis Costello was on. Somebody got upset with him and knocked his glasses off.
My personality.
And went, my image! Such a big deal. How about Dire Straits,
Money for Nothing?
1980? No,
Brothers in Arms.
Yes, yes.
1980.
Oh, Sultans of Swing.
No,
What?
that's not what I got.
Dire
I remember the
Straits
album
in
cover. I remember the music video.
I remember that big
1980.
guitar.
Yeah,
That
the
silver
big-
guitar
yeah,
on the
big
cover.
guitar.
Dire
Oh no,
Straits.
like you're thinking Money for Nothing,
Yeah, Money for Nothing.
Yeah.
but that was
Before that.
later.
This is before that.
Oh, before that.
This is the Sultans of Swing era, right? That came out in the late '70s, I think.
Dire Straits.
I thought it was early '80s, but
This is the lyric.
Tell ya.
She's blank on location. She don't know what that means.
oh, this is. Oh no.
I'll give you another clue. The tune is Skate Away is the name of the song.
Skate
We're looking for a lyric from Skate Away that became the album title. This could be the one that dings us. here.
Oh, we're
Could you say it again, please?
Sure. She's blank on location. She don't know what it means.
She's right on location.
She's hot on location.
Lost on Location?
This is a little bit out of the ordinary. She's making movies is the name
Oh
of the
right,
album.
okay,
Oh.
yeah.
You
She
should
don't
have
know what
said.
that means.
Then you should have said blank blank, not just blank.
Sorry, I will
Well, that would.
give more blanks. Absolutely.
we're shooting blanks.
I don't give any blanks.
That way we would have been doubly confused.
Okay, how about Dexy's Midnight Runners
Come on, Eileen.
from 1982? Yeah, but what's the name of the song? Or what's the name of the album, pardon me?
I don't know. There was no other song, was there?
Did they have another song?
Yeah, one-hit wonder.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
For real.
I'll give you this. It's
Barefoot
from
one.
Come On Eileen, but what part of Come On Eileen became the album title?
Oh,
Don't think too hard.
Eileen?
It's not Come On Eileen.
Oh.
No, it's
Oh.
not.
You mean everything to me? I'm just trying to think of lyrics from that song.
but you're dirty, girl.
It is kind of a nasty song. Isn't it?
Well,
Yeah.
You read the lyric out loud.
Sorry.
Double entendre.
Sorry, listeners.
No, you're not.
So we're looking
Dave
for
knows my true self.
the album
Wow.
title.
The album title is a part of the lyric from the song, and it's the not as repeated as much as "Come On Eileen," but the other part.
The
That
true,
dress?
true
Something about
It's
dress?
Turaye.
Oh,
is the
Turaye.
name of the
Turaye.
album.
Yeah.
Yep,
Ah.
Okay.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Kimberly is very quick and proper to point out Dexys, Dexys, no apostrophe, as so many improperly do something to it.
I just remember the video. The video was good. Barefoot, playing
Their
violin.
lead singer didn't like it. The song.
Really?
Particularly, yeah.
Well, that
Same
sucks.
with
Until the royalty check comes in. So.
Yeah.
the band that did Riding on the Metro and
Berlin.
Take My Breath. Right. The guy who
Berlin,
was
yeah.
the keyboardist for Berlin really hated Take My Breath Away and didn't want to keep. And of course, it was huge. It was a huge hit for them. And that was part of why they
I'm
broke up.
sure it
was
made a
this
boat payment or two. You know,
different
so.
styles of music.
Yeah.
How about 1984? Getting a little closer to the present. Scorpions. I know you're all a really big Scorpion.
Rock you
I've
like
never
a
even heard of
hurricane.
Yeah.
That is the song. But what lyric from "Rock You Like a Hurricane" became the album title?
Here I am.
That is fantastic.
The only other
But that
lyrics
is
I
not
know.
it. That is great.
And they also play that
Something
Carolina
with midnight
hockey
in
game.
it.
How about this? Yeesh.
Yeesh.
He's licking his lips. He's ready to win. On the hunt tonight for blank, 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 blank.
I think that's four.
Count.
Oh, man. It's
Yeah,
an
it didn't
improper. What is it called? Help me out here, English professor. An improper, like a non-direct rhyme. So it's going to be sort of hard to pull out.
Oh,
Plus, they're German.
yeah.
So
yeah.
the lyrics were probably originally written in.
Corrupt rhyme. No.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
Chinglish? What? I mean,
There is a word for it and it just went right out of my head.
I'm so sorry.
No, I'll
It's,
never get it back.
He's licking his lips. He's ready to win. On the hunt tonight for
Imperfect
love
rhyme.
at first sting. Imperfect. Yes, there we go.
Oh,
So you rhyme win with sting? Sure. Yeah, I'll
That's
take it.
not even
So,
close.
It's poetry.
this is wonderful.
Uh-oh.
This is so weird because Leslie was just talking about this last night. She's like, just randomly making dinner. Do you remember Sade? I'm like, of course I remember Sade.
It was a birthday.
So good.
1984 from Smooth Operator. What is the lyric that became the album title?
Diamond Life.
That is exactly correct.
All right.
We are
Wow.
rocking out on this one. Diamond Life, Loverboy. We move in space with minimum waste and maximum joy. Gosh, her voice,
I have that CD. It's outstanding.
Yes.
Mad crush on her.
Sade, that's wonderful.
And David Crosby died.
I know.
Oh, yes, I
Very
saw
sad.
So
that.
Graham Nash is somewhere saying, "Oh my God, you died and you left me with Stephen Stills." He's still
And
alive.
Neil Young's going, what happened?
I got out of there in plenty of time, right? There wasn't a Y very long.
How about Jefferson Starship, 1985, from the song We Built This City?
Built this city.
This is
I'm
the only
rocking.
one on this
Rock
list
and
I would have
roll.
gotten.
Marconi plays the mambo. Listen to the radio. Don't you remember?
5 blanks, sinking in your fight, too many runaways eating up the night.
I'm just
Is the-
useless.
I know.
Is there some?
Something about America's youth.
I feel like a three-toed
Yeah,
horseshoe.
but that's not what this is.
Is there
That's good, though.
Is there
That's
something
good.
rocket in the title? No, I think it's something
No,
else.
no.
Oh, Grace Slick, you vex
This is
us.
tough. This one is tough. It's Knee Deep in the Hoopla.
That's right.
Is the name of it.
Yep.
Knee Deep in the Hoopla.
think
That's how we feel right about now.
Yep.
I think there should have been 6 blanks.
Oh,
Is
knee
hoopla
hyphen
one word or
deep?
two?
And what, does a hyphen count?
All right.
I had him going there for a minute.
How about the same year, 1985, our old friend Elton John from his track Nikita? What was the name of the album?
Yellow Brick Road.
Good guess?
No, 1985. It wouldn't be.
In something in the wind.
Candle in the wind.
Getting
Candle in the
closer.
Wind.
Candle in the
With
wind.
eyes that look like blank, 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 the human heart a captive in the snow. That's your big key there. Keyword there, snow. With eyes that look like blank, blank, blank.
Charcoal.
Bloodshot?
It rhymes with snow. Is that the hint?
Yeah.
The human heart a captive in the snow. That's the second part of the lyric.
Hang on, I'm like going down your path here. I'm trying to think bad haiku.
Yeah.
Beth
pull
does
the
a little
melody.
hum, and then you pull it out there. You're doing all right. You're doing all right.
Why couldn't these be Christmas
you
lyrics with
never
Poe and
know.
Jim?
This one's tough. This one is tough.
Yeah,
I don't remember the last time I've even heard the song, Nikita.
me neither.
It's Ice on Fire is the name of the album, with eyes that look like ice on fire.
Okay.
So
Wow.
they're doing pretty good,
What
though.
does that look
Still
like?
doing pretty good.
It sounds like a Springsteen lyric.
It does.
Sounds like
It
something
actually
Bruce
does.
would write.
Sounds like a Weird Al song.
Okay. How about 1985 all over again? The Cure from Close to Me.
Music to kill yourself to.
I remember us rolling a keg down John R.
Rolling a cake down John R.
No, I wish.
If only I was sure that my blank 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 was a dream. Now you're laughing at me every time.
I don't know,
You-
because
you all-
I made you do it.
You all weren't into The Cure, huh?
No, I
Nope.
kind of, sort of.
Because there's a cool little twist to this one. I mean, the lyric that became the album title is "The Head on the Door." The head on the door. But as per many of those late '80s, as we referred to them, alternative rock scenarios, the song was released in 1985, but it did not chart until it was re-recorded by the same band several years later,
Wow,
because people were just ignoring those bands in terms of the mainstream, which I think is interesting. Yeah. All right, one more. Michael Damian, 1989, from Rock On.
Michael Damian?
Michael Damian, yes.
It's hard to get any right when you don't know the artist.
Yeah, I'm like, who?
Yeah, I don't know. Who this
It's
is.
tough.
Who's Michael Damian?
Well, I think that we've covered all the bases.
Is he like a
then.
no-hit wonder?
Where do we go from here? I'm not blanking that one because it's the whole freaking lyric. And yeah, that's blank, blank,
Seven
blank,
blanks
blank,
or
blank,
something?
blank. Yes, I'm not doing it. That's from 1989's Rock On.
We're getting dinged. We'll take the ding and live with it.
Thank
Thanks,
that's a fail.
Kimberly.
Yes, those were great. And actually, Kimberly sent a wonderful follow-up message, almost Christmas Eve here. Oh my gosh. Don't know if you got to that set of questions I sent, but I just realized there's another one. The early new wave single, let's see, Pop Music by M, 1979, also incorporates the album title in the lyric. You recognized it, so do you got this
I
one?
just remember it's pop music.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about pop music?
No.
That's about the only lyric I remember.
That's the only lyric I remember.
There is a couple of cities that are mentioned that became the album
not-
title.
Not like London, Tokyo, the usual big cities.
Basically,
Yeah.
New York, London, Paris, Munich was
Yeah,
the sort of
gotcha, yeah.
staccato. to
Germany
all
and
of that,
Japan.
so, yeah. There you go. Thank you very much, Kimberly, for those questions. That was awesome.
Made me relive cable TV.
Do that with Beatles songs or Bruce Springsteen
No,
songs.
seriously.
Yeah, I could have
you know?
gotten any of that.
Oh, nursery rhymes.
Or nursery rhymes.
Absolutely.
Comic books.
Okay. Comic
We
books.
get enough comic book questions
sorry,
on this
gosh.
show.
All right. Greetings from Port Angeles, Washington. I told myself I would send these questions before I went to bed. It's been quite some time since I submitted questions to the fine show, so I'll offer up my sincerest apologies. Your podcasts make an accompaniment during my daily travels out here on the ferries. I'm sure some of my fellow passengers probably question my sanity when they see me giggling incessantly as I listen to your show on my earbuds. Rather than ride on the coattails of other listeners sending in questions, it's high time I carry some of the load and get myself radio immortality. Below are questions that are all over the place, just like the professors like it, or at least I hope they do. I had fun making the list, and I hope they prove worthy of your show. Please enjoy. Best wishes, our friend from Port Angeles, Washington, Amy Dixon. It's been a while, Amy, but we're glad to
Amy.
have your questions.
thanks, Amy.
That's pretty awesome. Okay. What was the first consumer item that was sold in the former Soviet Union? Former and future Soviet Union. There, I said it.
Coca-Cola.
I have to give partial credit. It's Pepsi.
Oh.
It's a very
wow.
good guess. A very, very good guess.
And I got in right before Stephen.
You did.
Thank you.
Absolutely did.
That's the wrong answer.
Pepsi
Yeah,
Coke.
whatever. Pepsi,
Same, same.
Coke, Mountain Dew, Dr. Pepper.
Why are Sarah Yates Bunker and Adelaide Yates Bunker so famous?
Because they have really awesome names.
Partial credit.
Battle of Bunker Hill?
No.
No,
Bunker.
let's see.
They name were they
Archie Bunker?
Archie Bunker.
No, they're not related to Archie
Siamese
Bunker.
twins?
That is exactly correct. They were the wives of the conjoined twins,
Yeah,
Chang
Chang
and
and
Anne.
What?
Yes.
I still don't understand that.
That's one to scratch your head about. Yeah.
Cool.
Well,
Interesting.
Nah,
would give
never
new
mind.
meaning to Diana's claim about there being 3 of us in this marriage. So
There's
crowded.
4 of us.
Yeah,
Just-
a little crowded. I'm looking in a Stephen style direction when I ask what
No
U.S.
pressure.
president originally founded the Progressive Party.
Theodore
It
Roosevelt.
was Teddy
TR.
Roosevelt. Yep, you got it.
Steven.
Okay, my
Steven.
work here is
University of
done.
Wisconsin has- I mean, you went to school at the
Yeah.
birthplace of it, so.
Yep.
Yeah.
He, I'm just a little behind. That's all. I mean, he ran for president a very large number of times. He was just sort of all over the place.
Wasn't he the
right?
first police commissioner of New York City as well?
Either that or New York State. I think you're right. Yep,
I think
absolutely.
he was commissioner of the city.
whatever. We got Chief Ike. We're good.
Oh, wow. This is a wonderful piece of trivia. And Amy, if this is the last question we do today, everybody's going to be very happy. After the 2000 Olympics, the International Table Tennis Federation increased the size of the ping pong ball from 38 millimeters to 40.
Wow.
What was the rationale behind this very important decision?
Slowing it down,
What?
TV ratings.
That is exactly
something.
correct. On the nose. It slowed the ball down and made it easier to see on television.
A whole
Yeah.
2
Dave.
millimeters.
Dave.
No, I still do you remember that? I remember years ago was it Dan and I we had that one question where was it they also outlawed the contestants couldn't wear white so they could hide the ball inside their uniform as they served.
Oh,
Wow.
my gosh.
And then Dan, hey, what if you wore polka dot?
Does anybody
White polka dot.
does anybody play ping pong?
Table
Here?
tennis.
Table
yes.
tennis?
I mean, not
Yeah.
Not
competitively,
since I was a
but
kid.
Oh my
We had
gosh.
Chinese
one.
play it all the time.
My
Chinese Canadians too, mind you.
my brother and I could get into the wickedest matches, man. It was wicked.
In
It gets
the
mean.
hotel in Beijing, they had a whole. It was in the workout room, the fitness room.
Yeah.
oh,
It
Ping pong
is the
table
workout
there.
room.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is the
and there'll
workout
always
room.
be people
Anyway,
up there,
yeah.
and they go so.
I think we should have a table tennis party.
Absolutely.
Or
Table tennis party.
We would need a
Tournament.
table on which to play tennis.
Yes.
It does say
Watch
here,
out.
for the record, that they also did the thing about the ball that Dave was talking about. They prevented players from hiding the serve from the camera watching the game and instituted an 11-point
Oh.
victory versus 21, which is more traditional. So
Is
11
is
instead
it
of
still?
21.
Is it still 30? What did it go for?
40.
38 to 40.
no, it went from 38 to 40 millimeters.
Yeah, is it still
That's what
40?
says.
I mean, the legal size.
Oh.
in
I'm sorry.
ping pong?
I'm just envisioning some big meeting, single light bulb hanging in the middle of the room around a table like this. Ladies and gentlemen, we must find a way to make ping pong
Let's
more
slow
TV
this down.
accessible.
And make sure people don't cheat by hiding the
Oh my God.
Maybe
Let's
they
have
should
a
make
glow
the ball
ball while
a
we're
different
at it.
color. Yeah, exactly. A different color ball.
Unbelievable.
The bright yellow ones. I remember as a kid playing with bright yellow and orange.
hurts the
Some people
eyeballs.
golf with colored golf balls
Yeah.
too. Not a fan.
This fictional character had an unrequited love crush on his school teacher known as Miss Othmar. She later got married and became Mrs. Hagemeyer. Who is the character?
Was it Linus or Charlie Brown?
It
One
was
of those guys?
Linus from Peanuts,
Oh,
yes.
wow.
Linus Van Pelt. Absolutely. Miss Othmar.
I only want my fair share.
I only want what's coming to me.
I only want what's coming to me. Oh, it's so
Said
great.
Linus's sister.
So beautiful. Oh my gosh. Two ladies once snuck out of a White House event, commandeered an aircraft, essentially illegally, and went on a joyride over Baltimore. Which two ladies are these?
Amelia Earhart.
And, that is correct,
Who else is?
The current
Eleanor
first lady.
Roosevelt.
and Eleanor Roosevelt.
That's
That is
excellent.
The most awesome piece of trivia
Maybe that's where they
I've
got the
ever
plot
heard.
for Stripes, I mean,
I love that.
That sounds
Seriously.
wonderful, doesn't it? That
That
sounds way
is
too fun.
Awesome.
Did that give the year on the question?
You know, it did not. I'm so sorry,
What
but
year
it's
would that have
beautiful.
been?
No,
It's beautiful.
in the
Let's get out of here.
30s or
Wow.
40s.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's interesting in the question. It says something about it being illegal.
Yeah, it's
well,
sort of like,
of course it was.
Yeah,
No,
it's,
wait, no,
it's
why
not
would-
cool.
why would it
It's
be
not
illegal?
cool.
Yeah, why would it be
Yeah,
illegal?
because it's, because
Amelia
it's
had
only
had a license.
Planes can't fly
But
over
did
the
they-
White House. It's restricted space.
Yeah, but what if all fly over the White House?
But can you just take a plane? Like,
Can you
I don't
just
know.
joyride?
They didn't
And they
have
just
like a
took the
plan
plane,
that was
I guess.
approved.
I wasn't asking seriously, people. Let's move on. Thank you.
I am.
All right, we have
I wanna
time
know.
for one more question. We got to fit this one
It
in.
was just rude because Eleanor had guests. Come on.
Well, you had to fuel the plane up somehow.
Which were the first two teams in the NHL's first television broadcast of a game, circa 1952?
Let's say the Boston Bruins.
I'm going to go
sorry.
Montreal.
I would say
Montreal and Toronto.
Montreal.
Montreal is correct.
Oh, New York? Toronto.
No.
Detroit.
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 Yes.
The original six.
There's
Yeah.
only 6.
Detroit versus Montreal.
mentioned 5
Viva
of
la
them.
Habitat.
To get the right.
I didn't get Chicago.
Yeah,
Yes, apparently the
Maple
NHL is
Leafs.
wanting to make efforts to diversify.
absolutely.
Trying.
If you want a real big eye opener, you were talking about Farmer's Almanac earlier, Stephen. They in the 2023 version, there is a big write up about Willie O'Ree, who was the first African American to play in the NHL. Absolutely fascinating life. Absolutely fascinating. It's with all due respect to those who like baseball, on par with Jackie Robinson, what he had to deal with in the NHL.
I'm
so
sure.
check it out. Check it out. I'm so sorry, professors. The screen is red, so the time has come to say goodbye, Heather,
Bye-bye.
Dave,
See ya.
Mara,
Goodbye.
Stephen,
Goodbye.
and Beth.
Bye.
And now these words from University of Detroit Mercy.
You can email Ask the Professor at atp@udmercy.edu or visit the Ask the Professor Facebook page.
Ask the Professor is produced and directed by Michael Jason and Brian Masonville, and our executive producer is Professor Jason Roach. Until next week, I'm your host, Matt Mio.